Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to City Skylines. We're going to continue our new city build. This is episode 4. Previous episodes are on YouTube. There's actually a playlist that's going to chronicle the entire building of the city. As always, if you like the content, smash that like button. And if you don't, you can hit dislike. And if you'd like to support me more, please do subscribe or follow. I've got a lot of exciting stuff to go over today. Hey, Pink, how are you? You are first. Welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend. So I have a lot of exciting stuff to go over for what has happened with the city since the last stream. And then we've got a lot of amazing stuff to go over for today. And a lot of cool things that we'll be building and expansion that we're going to be doing. And of course, this series is also, I mean, it's supposed to be entertaining, so hopefully you get a kick out of it, but it's also supposed to be extremely educational. So you'll be able to learn a lot about city layout, traffic management, city finances, unemployment, etc. So hopefully it'll help you with your own cities. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Pink. That's very good. um, I first want to go over some of the stuff that I've done since the last stream, and I'll just kind of go around the city. You can see that it is very dense. There is some open spaces here and there, but for the most part, it's very dense. The population has exploded since the last stream. I was able to do some work off stream. It's actually grown by 50%. We left the last episode at 40,000. It's at 62,000 now. I was able to last stream build a tourist section right here. Then I built another tourist section right here. And off stream, I built a third one right here called Central Park. It's a generic name. I would like to come up with a different name for it, but I mean, it's a massive park in the center of the city. So what else am I going to do? And then it's surrounded by some residences and some offices and commercial. And then you can see that I have also built out this next set of areas. Some residential, commercial office, residential, again, residential, commercial office. And then this industrial area, we couldn't get growing for a long time, and it's finally grown, which is great. So big expansion happened on this north central side of the city. And then I also did an expansion of industry. I guess you can call this right in the center east a little bit. I also started to put in some parks. I think it's right over here. Nope. Sorry. There. And I don't know if it's a permanent place for them or not, but I put in some parks right here in that tourist area. And you can see where there's purple. So I did try to put some of those in. I may change that up a little bit. The big thing that I did, and you'll notice, right, there's two main types of cities that people build. Some people like the grid layout, and some people like the no grid layout. I myself prefer a grid layout. However, I was thinking of what is a way for me to describe it. Technically, I don't do like the more proper grid that the other folks do, which I've kind of elaborated, where not all the roads are connected every single section. I think that the way that I would describe my build, the layout, is I do it in more of a block form. So that's what I normally do. Is my cities are built in kind of like in a block format, and so I've got this block, and it's got some more, not necessarily what you would consider a grid in here. So I did do deviations in different parts, like this industrial area that's set up differently. This residential commercial area set up differently. These two are actually images or mirrors of each other, those two. And then up here, I elaborated before that I did this section that I call the trees. And then this one is a spiral. And then I did fill in the other section over here, which is a reverse spiral. So I that's kind of how I've been building the city. The other big thing that I did is if I zoom out, you'll see, hey, what are these roads on the right side? Yeah, this was one of the big expansions that I did off stream, and that is what's catapulted the city into this higher population part. So, of course, we always want to mix the zoning. So there's a mixture of industry, residential, commercial, and office space. What I will say is, I mentioned it before, when I do build, I try to be very precise, and I try to do measurements ahead of time. So believe it or not, this highway section over here, it took me 3 tries to make that proper, to build that right. And what I do is I use, in this first set of small roads, I use this thing right here, this 2-lane gravel road, and I use that to do measurements. And what I actually did is, the width of each one of my blocks is a certain distance. It's 48. And so I actually measured out where I wanted this highway to be. And so that technically, if there wasn't even a river here, I could build out my blocks perfectly, and they would fit perfectly up to the next highway. So I actually did that once, and when I put in my lovely stack interchange, it didn't work. So I had to delete it and delete all this highway portion, and then I had to re-put it back in after I fixed my measurements, and then it was still wrong. And then I deleted it again and deleted all the highway stuff, the intersections, remeasured it, and then finally it's correct. It's finally correct. And so these highway intersections are exactly where they're supposed to be. The highways are exactly where they're supposed to be. So I can put out my blocks and expansion without any trouble. It kind of fits into the layout of the city. The other thing that I did do, to give you an idea of, like, I try to plan things out ahead of time. This highway right here, I also took a look at the whole map. I actually zoomed out, and I was just kind of going around the whole map to see where I wanted this. This is my first north-south highway, and there was, of course, a highway here that was from the original map, but I wanted to make sure that I actually put the real highway in the correct spot. So I was actually looking around to see where I was going to put it, and so I was actually looking at the whole map, doing measurements to see where I wanted this to be. And once I figured out that, yeah, I want it kind of in this general area, then I did measurements with the rest of the city to put it in the right spot. You can see how, like, there's, hey, man, he's got, like, these random roads in the middle of nowhere. These are part of the measurements that I did. And you can see, like, right here, you can see this little thing right here. Those are actually measurements that I did, so I knew exactly where this highway was going to be. In fact, if I take this and go over, you can see that. They're all perfectly aligned. The distance in the middle is correct. So I did all of that on purpose. So I do these measurements, and then I start to build, because I want things to be in a certain place. So I'm really happy about it. So we've got this massive new section on the east side of the city, which is wonderful. We've got an extra tourist section, and I built another tourist section right here. Another tourist section right here. This has a spa hotel, which is part of, I guess, the snow stuff. And this is original one, Bird and Bee Haven. And then the Modern Art Museum. So I put that over here. I think this looks really cool. That looks really neat, doesn't it? I think this one looks cool. I mean, it's fine. A little park right here. And then Paradox Plaza. If you're wondering, like, hey, like, is it cool to build on a snow map? I've really always built on the regular maps, the temperate ones. So one of the objectives, of course, for this city was to build on a snow map because it would be the first one that I would do. Obviously, the other objective is to get to 200,000 population. We're making progress there, and to have over 80% traffic flow. We've been over 80% traffic flow until right now, and so I'm looking forward to doing some fixes for you guys. And they're not really fixes. I actually let the city run without me doing anything for the traffic because I was trying to get it. I was actually trying to get it to have a little bit of traffic so that I could explain and provide information on what causes it, why it's happening. So technically, there won't be really traffic in the city because of the layout, the way that the zones are being set up. But I was trying to get it to build up a little bit so I could use it for the stream for educational purposes. And then up here, this tourist section, this is actually a massive park. It's actually called Central Park. And it's got this beautiful area right here. And it's got this nice little amphitheater right here. So that's one of the, one of the tourist area items that you can build for the game. So really happy about all of this stuff. We, of course, hit a milestone with hitting 60,000, and so we're going to try to get to 70,000 today, and I think that's it. 70,000 is it for the milestones for the city, and then there is this international airport that also unlocks, and finally I can build the airport and do a regular train system, and so I want that to be over here on the west side. So I don't think we'll build the airport today, but I want to get to 70,000 today, and I want to show you some of the stuff for the traffic. The other thing that you'll notice over here, this looks really pretty, doesn't it? This is an industrial area. It's kind of weird that the trees have like this brown color from the pollution. The trees actually look prettier, but it's because they're polluted. And you can see like right here, these trees have died off from the pollution. Looks gross. Actually, I don't even know why they've died off. This is like a forestry area. That may be why, more because of the forestry? I actually don't know why they've died off like that. There might have been a fire. Actually, I think there might have been a fire. I beg your pardon. So you can see this area right here, High Park. This is forestry specialization. This is the size. Remember, we always want them to be small. And then there's regular industry for goods. You can see some of it hasn't developed yet. We've had that issue. I'll go over that momentarily. And you can see that there's another industry area right here. Very small. Look at that. And this is ore. Now, if you recall from the past, I've mentioned that do not build ore and oil. It depletes in the game. So don't build it. Let your city import it. So the question would be, well, if that's the the advice or the suggestion, then why is it built here? That's because I have in the settings of the game, you can select unlimited oil and ore. That's not the default. And so I've never run a city with unlimited oil and ore before, so that was one of the things I wanted to do that was slightly different for this city. And so I have unlimited oil and ore turned on. That's why I built this. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, you shouldn't build it. Like I said, unlimited oil and ore is not the default, and so you don't want to build oil and ore. And of course, if you're going to build some of these specialized industry areas, they should be very small. You can see very small, very small. Did agriculture up here. That's a little bit bigger. It's this size actually. This is where the industry is. That's a little bit bigger. There's not plans to build anymore, just so you know. I think that covers everything. So we've got another way to go east-west, highway, another east-west right here. The queue is still in effect, and here's our import-export. I think it went up to like 6,000 or something like that, and it's been working its way down because we had some trains that got stuck. Once those were cleared up, this got fixed up. This is still very high, and so that's one of the reasons why I'm building industry. Generic industry right here. And if you're wondering, hey, why isn't it getting filled? It's because there's too many smart people in my city. They don't want to work in the factories. So you'll notice you'll notice that the elementary school availability is like, whoa, man, you got so much eligible and the capacity is very low. Same thing with high school and university. So I'm doing that on purpose. I'm trying to make sure that there's a decent amount of population in the city that isn't educated, because they're the ones that will work in the factories. So you can see right here, 11 of 16 workers, 5 jobs available. All supposed to be uneducated. You see that right here? Let's pick another one. I think this is generic industry over here too. Yeah, let's pick this guy. 12 of 16. Look at that. 2 well-educated workers, but this business needs 0. So there's 2 overeducated workers. So one of the mistakes that I made is I did build my university too soon, and I built my elementary school or my primary school. I built too many of them, and I built too many high schools all too early, so my population is too smart. So I'm purposely not building as much right now. So I'm trying to grow the population, not build as much education, because I want more dumb people in the city so that it can fill in some of these industry areas. And that's why these 2 aren't populating, because there's definitely a need for generic industry. All right, I think that's a good summary of what we did a little bit on the last stream and what has been built since. You can see that I've extended out the stack interchange, put in a little thing right here. So there you go. And I think that's good. I think that's good. So I do want to try to build this out a little bit more. I am going to be leaving some spaces here in between. To build 200,000 population, the city does need to be pretty dense. So I've got to be cautious of having too much open space, but I think I'll be able to get the population up. I can always fill it in later if we need it. So let's go over this. That's traffic, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That's traffic. Now, I've let that build up on purpose because I wanted to show what's going on here. You will notice that it's still pretty good traffic flow for moderate-sized city at 60,000, but you will also notice that there's no roundabouts except for the highway intersections. And as I've mentioned before, there's no intersection instructions, or what are called junction or priority signs, or junction restrictions. There's none of those here. You'll notice that there are no lane connectors. And that is because, as I mentioned before, you don't need to use those for traffic. If you set up your layout with mixed zoning, and if you have a good road network, those aren't needed. Those aren't needed. So if I just built the highway and did this stack interchange and created these intersections, I shouldn't do the change that I'm about to talk about now until I built these roads in. Now, I actually built these roads in. They're already here, and so people are already using them, and there's still traffic happening on the stack interchange. Otherwise, if these roads weren't here, the traffic on the stack would be even worse, because some of the people that would be using this overpass, there would be more of those there. But now they can use this instead. So, simple thing. The reason why this stack is having such a difficult time is because it's a decent amount of traffic, and this is one lane going over the for the overpass. So that's why I was kind of letting it build so I could show this. Now, this stack interchange is the one that I've made. As I've mentioned before, these highway intersections are mine. You can get those on the Steam Workshop. Hey, Savage, how are you? Welcome, welcome. You are too kind, Savage. You're wonderful. Hope you're having a good weekend. Do you guys have any more games? And the stack interchange you can also get on the Steam Workshop. Again, I made those. I think they're the best type, these highway intersections, because they've got integrated frontage roads, integrated paths. There are actually people using these. even though we're kind of far out from the rest of the city over here. But people do walk that distance. And then the stack interchange is better than other types of highway interchanges for traffic, but I like mine especially because it's got integrated rail, which is being used. You can see here's a train, 4-way, and it's got integrated frontage roads. But the other thing is that mine's fully expandable. So the problem that I have, very simple, there's just a lot of people taking this overpass. So instead of a 1-lane overpass, we're going to switch it to 2. And so we're just going to upgrade this. Boom. Boom. That'll help it out. And then the other piece is there's 1 lane to, that's the on-ramp, and we're just going to expand that from 1 to 2. And that will really address going from south to west. And then similarly, there's a lot of people that want to take this off-ramp and come south. And in this case, we just need to expand this from 1 to 2. And I'm going to hit play so you can kind of see that unfold. We'll do it this way so you can get some contrast. As always, Stream Vibes music playing in the background. You can definitely check it out on most music platforms all over the world. Live streams are on YouTube, Twitch, DLive, and Twitter simultaneously. You can watch it whichever one you want. Previous videos are on YouTube. There's a boatload of playlists, including other city build playlists that I've done, and then, of course, the submitted city traffic fix and city fix playlist where I fix other people's cities. If you want me to fix yours, let me know. You can put it in the comments below, or you can put it on the Discord. There's also a beginner's guide, subway metro guide, and a traffic manager settings guide. There's also a merch store, and then a way to tip and donate. Thank you for being here, everybody. Hopefully you'll find this really entertaining. So, you can start to see the traffic flow here. And it will take a little bit of time, of course, for it to clear out. But we'll let it go a little bit. You can see that this one right over here, this one was backing up. I can't remember to where, but you can see that's almost emptying. Oh, I love it. Look at that. That's awesome. I've been waiting. I really have. And you got a lot of people using this one over here. And you can see that, we'll come back to that, I mean, the population has grown to where you can finally start to see some red. But it's just because it's busy. There's no backlog. And that's amazing because there's only one highway going east to west. The plan is to put in more, but there's not much of a need because the traffic flow for the city has been much better than I could have possibly anticipated. You know, the road layout, the zoning layout that I've been building, that I also talk about when I do the submitted city fixes, you can see that, hey, look, it works. How we doing? Once this frees up, that should make a big difference. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, I think this was kind of below this highway intersection. And, you know, I was wondering about the traffic as well because this is a decent industrial section. Oh yeah, by the way, while we're waiting on that, the other thing I wanted to do is, again, I'm using my block layout, and then I wanted to do some more unique builds here. So I did something else for the road system here, and then I did something else for the road systems here. These are actually symmetrical. And at this industry area that looks like this, believe it or not, I started out with the idea of doing this. That's what I was initially planning on doing, and I thought, oh, let me just change it up. And yeah, it looks dramatically different. All right, letting it continue for a little bit. Okay, so we're good there. So one of the new sections that I just built out, it's just going to take time for it to run through, is this area. You can see that we've got some commercial that hasn't filled in. There's no demand. Some commercial that hasn't filled in. There's no demand. And instead, we've got residential and industrial demand. Obviously, the industry isn't filling in because we need more uneducated workers, and we've got space for residential. Yeah, I've been trying to do some of the, you know, I've been trying to build. You always want to build with the residential, and you don't want to overbuild, so you want to be cautious. So I went a little bit overboard on, not overboard. I built a little bit too much commercial, more than I really needed, but I wanted to kind of get the right placements for everything. So I do want to do the residential, and I'm waiting on the industrial part to kind of fill in as we get some more uneducated workers. And so this section right here would be fine for some residential. This section right here would be fine. While we're letting it run, I do want to think about it. Oh yeah, I built another place for the clubs right here. Clubs and bars. It's got another leisure specialization, so you know, at night it kind of lights up. A lot of noise. Truly, I think that this area should be residential. Yeah, I think that that's what this should be. I don't have a design for it, though. I would like for there to be a design here. Let me just fill it in. I'll do it in a like my standard way right now, and then I'll have to kind of come up with how I want the design to be. Oh. Sometimes the maps have these rocks. You can just build over them if you want to, but I've actually tried to keep them. I'm using Move It to do that, to move those rocks. I've actually tried to just keep them, just for character, And so I'll just fill this in with residential for the time being. And then I'll have to change it later when I have an idea of what I want to do. Okay, and then let's just fill it in. Looks like there's a firehouse or something, or an elementary school right here. Firehouse? Yeah, okay. Oh, geez. Let's kind of mess that up. So I'm putting in this high-density residential. And how much noise is this making right over here? Oh, there's not a lot, so we're good. And there will be noise right over here, so I'll address that. There we go. So again, just some of the commercial, some office space to absorb some of the sound. And then there's that. And then we'll do homes. One can make the case that this may be overbuilding. There, that's better. So one can make the case that this is overbuilding, but I... Huh, okay, yeah. Kind of zoning around the rocks, really. That's what I'm doing right there. That's what I was doing. Okay, good. So we'll let that run. And obviously this is going to cause traffic pressure on all of this. Keep in mind, I don't have any mass transit yet. I do mass transit, of course. I think it's very helpful. You definitely want to put mass transit in your city. But normally I like to do that in the later stages as I get more of an idea of where everything is. Like right now, I think I obviously have an idea of where the east connections are going to be. I have an idea for the center, but I still have to do measurements for the west. So I don't really know. There's this highway on this west side. I don't really, that's not really where it's going to be. That's where it was in the original part of the map. And I think I mentioned before that I put this measurement down, but it's wrong. So I'm going to be destroying all of this, remeasuring this out to put in this highway over here. Okay, this is filling in. And so hopefully, you know, again, not a lot of schools in this area. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move some of the primary schools from the center part over here, because there's not a single one over here. And the idea is, like, I don't want the center part to have all the smart people and the east side to have all the dumb people. That's not the plan. So, you know, as it fills out, I'll have to do some rearranging. And then what I was thinking of for this section, I kind of want to do like an amusement park. Right here, that's the city park. Right here, amusement park. I kind of want to do that. I think this would be a really cool place for it. I think that'd be wonderful. We do have a lot of dead people. I'm not too worried about it. I think I have plenty of crematoriums. So I'm just gonna let the dead bodies stay there for a while. Yeah, here you go. So this is what it looks like at night. As you know, the game has great lighting. Oh, by the way, our traffic. There you go. It's done. Right? This was all backed up to right here. And it's done. And what did I do? It's just this overpass, instead of being one lane, needed to be two. That's it. This one's still a little bit busy right here. This right here, this part for going off and coming on to this southern route, we'll expand that. This is a one lane, we'll make that two. Again, that's why I built the stack interchange the way that I did. That's why I recommend people use it, is because it is fully upgradable. Every city, of course, is different, and so this allows me to kind of customize it based on the traffic flow. Great. A little bit of a backup here, but I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that's kind of... Oh, wow, that got erased very quickly. So that's okay. That's okay. We'll continue to update it and monitor it over time, but you can see it doesn't need a whole lot. That's why I wanted to show it on screen that, hey, that was the simple fix that it needed. All right, let's take care of water for these guys. Okay, so that should take care of that. Just want to double check, make sure I do all that right? Yeah. Okay. The water network and the water pipes I've also tried to make very organized on purpose, and I've also tried to make those realistic where the water pipes are built under the roads. Under the roads. For the most part. But you can see that the underground view is supposed to be on purpose, very neat and organized. But yeah, this is what the place looks like at night. Oh yeah, I put in another cargo train terminal right here because there's a big industry section here. Looks great. Here's the nightlife section for the east side. Look at that. Beautiful, right? And so this is a tourist section, and I expanded the tourist area up. That's why you got all these high rises over here. Okay. And then this is what the park looks like at night. Beautiful. I will say that I think it's fine to do a snow city. However, between the snow version and the temperate version is definitely better. There's a little bit more contrast when you're building roads. It's a little bit easier to see rather than the white. You know, maybe if anybody from Colossal Order is listening, but you know, when you build a road and you've got this nice blue markers, they don't show up very well on the white snow. It'd be nice to change that color for the temperate map. I'm sorry, for the white map. But all the homes are covered with snow, so when you're looking at it from like the building mode, you know, when you're like looking at it from up high, everything looks the same. So it looks kind of boring because the roofs that would have different colors, they're just all covered in white. So it looks a little bit boring and uniform. When you come down at an angle, then you see more of the colors of the faces of the buildings. So I would say that it's good to do a snow city for sure. SS21, what is up, buddy? How have you been? So when you're like doing it, I think a temperate city is better to build because you can see more color from up high. But it's good to do a snow city at least once, so I'm happy about doing this. So how are we doing on import-export? Look at that. This does fluctuate, just so you know, because industry and commercial, they do have kind of like a day and night cycle. And so it is much less now compared to in the middle of the day. It'll jump up. But nonetheless, it's getting better. You started school? That's wonderful. I hope it's going well for you. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're working hard and getting good grades. What video games did you play over summer? All right, this area is filling in nicely, isn't it? Okay, very good. We're at 62, so I can either expand to the east. Let's go into the train mode, as in terrain. It's a nice hilly area. You get kind of mountainous as you get to the east side of the city. This area is still flat. We have an industrial area here, so technically it'd be great to put some residential, and that could provide some jobs for folks. What's the job situation looking like for these buildings? 4 overeducated workers. 1 overeducated worker. 6 overeducated workers. I've mostly been playing Fortnite and what's Clash Royale? And how do you like Fortnite this season? I think Fortnite this season has been fine. Yeah, I think it's been fine. I've enjoyed it. I've gotten more used to that new pump, the Stinger pump, and that has made my enjoyment of the game more, but it's not as good as the original version. So I sincerely hope that they bring back the original pump. But I've been doing Cities Skylines, some Fortnite, and some No Man's Sky. Yeah, I think that I think that we'll have to do a residential section right here. I mean, technically you could do a commercial and a residential. Oh, there's so many ways to do it. There's so many ways. Residential and commercial. There's some office space that's needed. The mythics have really added a lot of fun to the game. Okay, that's cool. I think that the Dragon Ball Z stuff that they added, that's a little bit too overpowered. I'm not a fan of those. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. That's fine. We're at 78%. That's fine. So once we get a little bit more sun, then I'll build this out a little bit more. And I'm going to try to flatten this area out a little bit. I guess I can do that right now. Just flatten this area out a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Make it a little bit more gradual. Smooth it a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit more. You're excited for late game arena game mode to come back because wasn't that in creative? Zone Wars? I think that's always been there, has it not? Am I wrong? Am I missing something? Because I think you've done some Zone Wars. I think you were able to play some Zone Wars with me, actually. All right, good. We've got some daytime, and so now we can do some building here. Yeah, and I kind of, there you go. It's a little bit smoother. This area still has some decent incline. There's a way to make it smooth that out a little bit. There we go. So what should I build? You know, you want to do the mixed zoning. It's kind of like Zone Wars, but there's 60 players. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, great. Yeah, well, hopefully they bring it back then, since you like it. I think I mentioned before, but I'm glad they took out the UFOs, and I'm glad they took out, you know, the mechs and stuff like that for this season. I'm not a fan of the DRM, though. Yeah. I know some people can do a lot of damage with that prime shotgun. So this is the zoning. I think it really needs to be residential. The need is very low. I think what I'll do is I'll do I think I'll do some residential, and then I'm going to do some office space. So let me do that right now. And let's build out this section for the first time. I'm going to do it like this. I thought it may show me a line from up there. Okay, very good. Oh, thanks so much, SS21. I really appreciate it. Thank you to you, helping me get there, and thank you to everybody else. You guys are helping the channel grow. That's the highest that we've ever been at on YouTube, which is wonderful. And I want to do the frontage road. Well, the frontage road is done. I want to build out the section near the frontage road too. Okay, so that set this section up quite nicely. Checking the measurements. Yep. Okay. No, 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 no. One more up. One more up. Come on. There. And this should get people walking because of the proximity. Great. That looks good. It's all set up nicely. Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to put some apartments right here. Yep, you can fill in nicely. How much noise... How much noise is created... Oh, wrong thing. Right here. So, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad when it comes to noise. Normally, I don't like to put homes in that spot. That's what I'm looking at. And I have not done that in the past. If it was like farms or something, maybe. I was just thinking of if I should put some homes right here. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Well, I've got an idea. Let me see. Oh, have fun at the park. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. It's great having you. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. And you have a good rest of the week too. Enjoy school. And I think right here, just that. That's all. Just some homes right there in the middle. Yeah, that I think that's good. That's good. And then we'll do another set right here. I don't know how far down I want to go, so I'll wait. There, hit play. And then they will walk. They're going to walk. They'll walk. It's close enough. Yeah. You can see the queue. Oh, by the way, remember I had another cargo train terminal over here? I destroyed that. You know, it totally was not necessary. And finally, this worthless passenger train station is working. 137, so it is being used. You can see that, I mean, it looks kind of lively. You got a nice little parking lot right here. You can see cars go in and park. It looks like people get off on this side and they go underground and come up to this terminal. What does this say? Cities Railways? Haha, that's fun. Yeah, look at that. People come over here and they park. Look at that. Nice, good job. Make sure you don't park too close so you don't get door dents. Park within the lines. Don't be rude. So, you know, like right up here, it looks much better in a temperate map. It looks like I'm playing on a black and white screen. And then when you turn, then you start to see more of the vibrancy of the color. The Thor Ragnarok color. So it's kind of nice to... So I think playing on the temperate map is better. Oh, we do have a little bit of an issue. That does build up, doesn't it? Here, I thought that I may need to do this, but I wanted to wait and see the results. Right 2 lanes to take a right. If you're going to go straight, bust out into the middle left lane. And so hopefully some of those will bust out into the left lane to go straight. And we'll see what kind of impact that has. Definitely the northbound side that goes north and then takes the overpass to go west, it's fine. So this one going west to east is having a little bit of difficulty. No problem. Hey, you guys aren't filling up at all, huh? Where should we have office space? I think office space right here in this corner would be wonderful. I guess I can go ahead and connect this while I'm at it. So while we got the daytime, let me just do that right now. I'm just going to check something. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Not enough customers. We do see this periodically, especially in the tourist areas. So for the most part, in the regular parts of the city, it's not as prevalent, the not enough customers. But in the tourist areas, it is a little bit more prevalent. And that's okay. You know, once I kind of put in the hotel, do the cargo harbor sorry, passenger harbor, that will help it out. So I'm not worried about it. I think that's just temporary. The city's population is growing quite nicely. And I just want to fill in this remaining section here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the right spot right there. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's correct. And I don't know how far I took the other one down. 66. Oh. That makes sense. Yeah, that's correct. And then I want to make... I have an idea, though. I do have an idea that I just want to check out really quick. Huh. I don't think so. Yeah, I kind of like the way that I had it before, never mind. And then I want that to be office space. In that corner, I think that would be very good. And then I did connect up this road, which makes sense. Because this is a pretty long strip right here. Oh, are you going to make a tunnel or something? What are you doing? Oh, well, that's going to be gross. I don't want to do that at all. That kind of wrecks it. Because I think it's so hilly, it's kind of doing that. I'll leave it then. I don't want to do that. So let me put in the office space. And yeah, I kind of did something like this. And that's good because I'm leaving this just to help out with traffic. I did that over here too. So I think that's good. Let me count the spaces. That's good. Yeah. I don't want to do too much office because I want to keep on forcing people to go to the industry. We just need some more dumb people. That's good. I haven't even done any of the water stuff here yet. So I'll... While we're waiting, let's take a look at that. I want to bring it from over there. That's actually exact right there. Yeah. Perfect. How far did I go? Okay, that looks good. They will need some electricity, naturally. Which is fine. I would like to bring it from this side if I can. If that's possible. Yeah, I left this area open. So I should be able to get you guys that. Oh. From like right here or something? Where is it? Yeah, like right here? You guys need to fill in some more. This area needs to fill in right here. Oh, how is it supposed to? I didn't even do any zoning there. That's a mistake on my part. There. That was my mistake. Alright, so kind of fill in. And then you should be okay. Yeah. Okay, if I look at it this way, this makes it a little bit easier. Oh, what? You've got to be kidding me. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. There. There you go. Okay. There you go. And then, I think this is 12? Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Okay, great. And I need to bring in a power line from the west side too. Oh, it would be better once it kind of develops right here for me to bring it across. I'll wait. I'll wait. While we're doing that, I do have some old, from right here, the windmills that I created. You can see that we've got plenty of production, so I don't need these anymore. I only use those when the game starts. But obviously at 60,000, I can build all of the electrical production. One of my favorites is this ocean thermal energy conversion, but I will be doing a nuclear reactor. I like to do clean energy, so I'd like to stick with those two. But the nuclear reactor I don't want to really put near the city. You know, I'd like to put it somewhere else. I don't know where that would be. You know, if we do terrain, I mean, that's a hilly area. This is between water. This is where the airplanes are. Oh, I mean, the airplanes are going to land here. I don't want to put it on an island. So, yeah, actually, I think I'll put it like over here or something like that. Something like that. I destroyed those, and these guys aren't getting any power. There. By the way, some of the new parks that I built that I've never seen before. How close can I get? Look at this. This is called Snowman Park. Look at that. It's like a bunch of snowmen in there. See that? So I think that looks lovely. And then right here, look at this. It's a skating rink. You can see the people skating like she's doing the, I don't know what they're called, but you know when they're spin around. Look at that. I mean, the attention to detail is pretty cool. So I did that. I'm pretty sure that those are going to stay because, you know, this is the winter center, right? It's got the snowboard arena, the winter market. So I think that's a good one. Then this is a hockey, ice hockey rink. So look, you can see him playing ice hockey. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh man, that's a bad pass, dude. You just gave it up. What is this lady doing? Who are you? What? Faith? You just like what are you doing? I don't know what Faith is doing right there. Okay. And then I think I just don't think that's a good spot for it. Way over here. I want to move it, but nonetheless, that's where it's at. And then there's another one. Oh, you can't see anything. It's too dark. We'll come back to this. This is a riding stable. So we'll come back to that. And then this is just a plaza picnic with trees. Oh, that's nice. I only say that because I've had it in my cities before. It's like carousel. Oops. Clicked on a dude. Carousel park. It's lovely. Oh yeah, you can see like the horses going up and down. You can see the horses going up and down. And where's that plaza picnic? Yeah, here it is. Oh wow, the ground looks really cool. That's actually really nice. That looks great. Fits in with the snow. And then there's a tropical park. Right over here. Tropical garden, excuse me. It looks terrible, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. I can't get it situated there. I mean, it's just all covered in snow. But anyways, it's supposed to be nice. So we'll see when the sun comes up. I'll show the riding stable. Yeah, I haven't put any parks over here because I kind of like to look around. And I like to kind of choose certain things, so it takes me some time. Like over here, I thought, okay, yeah, you know, this was the spa hotel was one of the unique things for the snow. And so I wanted to put it over here, so it's kind of not where the other unique item was in the center of the city. And I wanted to do something outdoorsy, so okay, bird and bee haven, and then I wanted to do something more intellectual, so there's the museum. So I like to take some time and figure out where to put stuff. Oh, let me take care of that. Take care of the water. There we go. Yeah, perfect. So this stuff is filling out. Okay. some industrial demand, as you can see still. The city is profitable, making a lot of money. How's the traffic? It's no longer hitting 80. It's at 79, but that's okay. You know what I've noticed? Am I missing something here? Can you tell me these Oh! Because this was for straight and left, that was having an impact on the lanes that people were using here. And that was having an impact for the lanes that people were using here and then here. I was like watching that thinking, something's not working right. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, now you guys are using this right lane more appropriately. Well, you're still kind of messing up right there. That's annoying. Okay. We'll let it go for a little bit. We may get to a point to where the mass transit will be a necessity. We may get to that point. We'll see. We'll see. Got to give it time. So this is starting to fill out, so I think we can finally do... Yeah, great. Good. Now it's connected with electricity on both sides in case there's some kind of issue, like a natural disaster or something, and one of the lines goes down. You can see, of course, there's the integrated rail. Right? There's a train line. Doesn't interrupt the flow of traffic. Hits the stack interchange. And it's either going to go straight or take a left. And it's going straight. Again, doesn't interrupt the flow of traffic, and that's going to come over here and go across. There's a lot more dead people now. Holy moly. We'll let it run for a little bit longer, otherwise I may have to put in another crematorium. How are we doing on... They're still not filling this area up, are they? How are we doing on import-export? Yeah, 3,000. You can see that there's a little bit more export, including some of the trees, the forestry stuff. Understandably so. City has to get bigger to use all of that. Exporting some of the ore, understandably so. City has to get bigger. There you go. And now you can see that these trees have come back. They've grown back in after the fire. We see any other pockets of traffic? Based on the layout, we should not. It just gets busy during the stack interchange area. I don't see any other pockets. Any other issues. Yeah, we're good. Some of this will also be alleviated eventually as this highway kind of builds out and as I put in another highway east and west up here. And then there's going to be another highway east and west down here. So basically 3. So yeah, there's going to be 2 north and south highways and 3 east and west. Normally that's all you need. 2 and 2 or 3 and 2, that's really all you need. Oh wow, it hit 80 for a moment there. Let's take a look. We've got, we're okay on water. We're doing great on electricity. Garbage. Oh yeah, by the way, you don't really need a lot of garbage. You can see there's 911,000 production. 390 is processed. And yet there's only 21 people that haven't had it checked. So you don't really need a lot of it. I will have to build another garbage processing thing somewhere up here though, eventually. So we're fine there. Let's take a look at the schools. Again, it'd be good to move at least one uneducated, one school over here, so there's not such a huge, I may do that off stream because I would want to look at the placement. Yeah, like probably move this middle one or something like that. I don't think I do. Pink? I don't remember it. Yeah, I think this one would be a good one to move. So let's move this. We'll put it right here. There. Good. And then middle schools. There's this one. I don't know. I kind of want to move like this one or something like that. The only thing is that I probably would want to... If I move this, where could I place it? I don't know about the placement because of the size requirements. You know, because this one is much bigger. So I'd have to play around and see where I could put it. So I'll have to tinker with that. So I don't know about the high school. So got some demand is building on the residential side. Nothing on the commercial side. So again, like I mentioned, I did a little bit too much on the commercial. That's okay. You know, you don't want to overbuild. Obviously, I did a little bit right there. So you have to be build cautiously. Hey, Great Time, what's up? How are you? Just working on the city. We're trying to get to 70,000 for this episode, so making progress. I'm building a little bit slowly. I may have to step it up here to see if we can get to 40,000 before the stream ends. So, again, just filling out some more of the residential up here I want to do. I think I can bring some residential down here. And then I would like to put some commercial right here on this back end of this right end of this block. How are we doing on unemployment? Yeah, solid. So the finances are very good. The unemployment is very good. The traffic is excellent. We have grown. It's just not growing very fast. We do have a little bit more garbage and traffic, or a garbage problem now. And obviously the dead people, though I'm going to wait on the dead people. We need to do something about the garbage, though. I'm just debating where I can put it. You know, purple is where I have put them, and you don't want to put them all in one spot. So we got some right there, some right there. There's only one right here. It might be good to put another one over there. Here. I'll put one over there. Try to help it out. And I'm just gonna keep on monitoring the dead people situation. And then we'll come back to it. Alright, let's see about expanding this, shall we? How's the noise level? It is fine. And I'll put in a section for homes right there. Let's just let that build a little bit. Let that build. Waiting for the commercial is almost there. Almost there. Most of this is filled out. By the way, I'm very proud of the tourist areas, but something about me thinks that I need to change this setup. It's on my mind. So a part of me kind of wants to fine-tune that, but I don't know yet. A part of me wants to fine-tune this, but I don't know yet. I do like the way that it looks. It's actually fairly symmetrical, and I did put in paths for people to walk. This path is not used. I'm happy with it, but I want to do just a little bit more. I put in some paths right here. People do use it. See, people do use it. And the road system is very symmetrical. This thing is so big, it takes up the whole block. So I'm happy with it. That one I'm happy with, but these others, I'm still debating. How are we doing? Has this industry thing? Nothing. That's fine. Good traffic flow. And let's go ahead and update this from a 1-lane off-ramp to a 2-lane off-ramp. There. Turkey Ball, what is up? How are you doing? How has your weekend been? Oh, the other thing which makes it more challenging is on the garbage. I'm specifically using this recycling center, which is from the game. Normally I use this, which is from the Steam Workshop. And this one from the Steam Workshop is much easier because it doesn't create any pollution. But the one from the game actually does. So that makes it so much harder. And I'm on purpose, I'm trying only to use this one from the recycling center. And so it limits, in my opinion, it limits where you can put it. Because I don't want to put it near houses or commercial areas because of the pollution. Alright, so this new area has filled out quite nicely. Hey, you know, I could have made this homes, actually. This is not going to be a very loud area. It's pretty well inset. Let's do another set. Talk about the definition of not overbuilding. I'm glad you're doing well, Turkey Ball. That's great. Great to have you back. The city has grown. I can't remember. I think the last time you might have seen it, it might have been at 20,000. So the city has mushroomed. Oh yeah, here you guys can really see what it looks like. The organization. And I mentioned from the beginning that I like to be really precise with the measurements and where I place stuff, so you can see that. And then in the submitted city fixes, I always talk about, you know, sometimes people will concentrate their zoning and it causes traffic problems. And you can see what not concentrated zoning looks like. We may do some temporary subway lines. Possibly. Okay, the garbage is going down. The dead people is going down gradually. 3,000 more to go to get to 70. How's the education level? Good. So it had been at 22% uneducated for a long time, and I was trying to get my uneducated number higher. I was like, God, come on. We need some more dumb people. And finally that's happening. And so I sincerely hope that as that builds up, that should allow for this industry to start to develop. And it should allow some of these other industries that say that they have too many overeducated workers, it should address that. No demand for residential and commercial. I really would like to put a park over here, at least temporarily. What is this? I want to put that in a tourist area. That's pretty cool, right? What is this? A tennis court? How about I do that? I've never built one of those before. How about right after you play tennis, you go and hit the clubs? Hold on, we got an issue with our... We'll do that here momentarily. Need some water pumping. Sorry, need some sewage. Increase sewage capacity. Remember, you always want to make sure you hit your budget first before you build, and so it's already at 150. Alright, so we got 3 down there. I think it would be good to put 1 across. right here. That would be fine. So let me do this. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Turkey Ball. Yeah, take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. Oh, how do you destroy the pipe underneath it? Can you even do that once it's above? I don't think so. Thank you. Great to have you. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. So that should address the sewage issue. No? Oh. Not yet. Not quite. There we go. So, yeah, on the tennis court, I mean, I haven't built one of those. That'd be pretty nice. I mean, I would like to build something near the industry area too, but something that's closed so that you don't have to breathe in all the toxins. I'm in the wrong section. Oh yeah, yeah. What do we got? Ski lodge? These are really cool. I'm looking forward to building some of these things. I mean, it's a little bit redundant, but I did this before, but I guess I'll do it again. Here, I'm going to move you onto this side, and I want to move you over here. Space already occupied. By what? What are you talking about? There's nothing over here, man. Oh, there we go. So I think that's good. Let me hit play. That's good. Where's the parks and plazas? So I think that's good. I mean, maybe putting the tennis courts like up here? That would probably be pretty nice. It's so close to all of this other stuff, though. Maybe I could put it like over here. Yeah, let me do that. What is over here? What is this? What is this? Oh, police station and a crematorium. I don't know where it was. Ah, right here. How big is this thing? Oh, it's pretty reasonable in size. It fits nicely. Let's do that. What does this thing look like? Let's give the sun a little bit of time to get a little bit higher. You can see the sun where it is over here. That's the day and night cycle. And then here's the riding stable. Let me come in. If you look closely, there's a horse, and like the trainer is in the center right here, holding on to the horse. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So that's cute. And then let's take a look at the tennis court. Are there people actually playing? Oh, wow. There are. No way. They got like all sorts of animations. Are you going to serve? Oh my god. Oh, did you fault? Oh my god, that's so funny. It's like watching Wii Sports. And the person is celebrating that they got the point? That's funny. Alright, cool. So, I mean, I think that's good. That should help a little bit. It's kind of interesting. The areas that are more turquoise in color are the more expensive areas. So, this is more expensive. That is more expensive. This is more expensive. It's kind of interesting what ends up being expensive. And these are like the cheapest, poorest areas. How are we doing? We're at 68,000. How's the sound? No, the sound is totally reasonable. I think I can probably do another round on residential. And I think it's going to be then office space and then some commercial. I'm just waiting for the commercial demand bars to rise a little bit. And I mean, I'm sure these guys need a park or something like that, right? So we probably should give them something. Oh, let me give you one of these, like, snow things. Ice hockey rink, yeah. Snowmobile track? What? Citizens come to the snowmobile to drive around for some fast fun? How big is this? Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay. It's got some size. What about right here? Will it fit? Oh, come on, man. Really? Oh, shoot. Dang. This is even bigger than normal. It won't fit. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna put it right here for the time being. Really, it doesn't fit anywhere else? Okay. Just for the time being. What does this look like? Oh, that looks terrible, man. That looks ugly as anything. No. We can't have that there. It doesn't match up with the ground properly. What's going on with this? Oh, it needs to be on flat ground. That's causing a problem. It literally is people racing on snowmobiles. I did not expect that. That's hysterical. Alright. I mean, it's cool. Build out the power line. I mean, that's not going to be where it's going to eventually be. I'm going to have to move it somewhere better. Fishing tour, fishing pier. A curling park? Maybe it'd be better to do this fire pit park. Yeah, that's better. We're good to put that. Put that like right here. Yeah, what does that look like? That's cool. I want to move it. Yeah, that looks nice. You get some privacy. That's beautiful. Okay, yeah, that's better. Kind of like that more. Fits in with the trees really nicely. I probably will have to move it in or something because this is where the commercial area is going to be, right? Okay. There. There. Something like that. I'm going ahead and putting in the commercial. Oh, no, 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 sorry. Whoops, wrong one. This. Okay, I think that's good. I think this one I cut off too soon. I can move that down a little bit. Like that. Should really be like that. I think that's good. Where are we at? 69,000 almost? Import, export. You're importing a lot of agricultural products. Interesting. What about down here? Has any of this filled out? Yes, it finally did. These two strips that was not being used, and it finally filled in. Lovely. How's the pollution over here? Yeah, it goes right up to that building. That's why I wanted to do an enclosed building. So if you're wondering, okay, you know, he still needs to create some more goods. This industrial area is filled in. Where's the next industrial area going to be? I already planned that out. You can see, like, what's the square doing right over here? I already bought that down here on purpose, and that's because I planned it out ahead of time. This has got oil. So technically there's going to be a road. Well, there obviously will be a road coming down here, and there'll be an industrial section, but eventually I'm going to buy the square right here, and the highway is going to come straight down, and then it'll break off southeast, but there'll be another highway intersection, and that will go to this this oil area. So I probably will do that off stream because that's going to require a decent amount of work. I can try to do some of the components to it. I think this can be fully filled in. And I don't know how far I want to go on this one. Maybe up to here? Maybe? Because I think this has to be commercial. I think. And we're getting far enough away from this industrial area that one could make an argument that there should be some industry right here. But however, these people do have some industry right to the west of them to work at. These people do have this industry right that they can work at. So I wouldn't mind doing another block up here and another block right here, and then doing an industry block over here. I think that would be a little bit better. $69,000. Demand for commercial and office is rising. So let me take a look at this new industrial area. How are you guys doing for like employees and stuff? 7 overeducated workers? Dang. 5 overeducated? 3? Man, okay. 1 overeducated? Well, I'm trying. And there's a lot of dead people now. So let me go ahead and go ahead and put in some more of the crematoriums. What is this? Oh. Oh. That seems kind of like a nice thing to do. Sports hall and gymnasium, community pool. I mean, we can definitely build some of those. Alright, so let's address the dead folks. For the time being, I'll put him right there. Put him right next to the school. Teach him a thing or two about life. Okay. I mean, I don't think I need to do much more than that right now, I don't think. And then there's still a garbage issue, so if that industry gets placed over here, I can put some garbage trucks up there. Okay. Wow, this is filling in so much. Amazing. Well, we're really close to the final milestone. How does this fire pit look? Oh yeah, that looks nice. Looks great. Cool. Looks like there's a person over here with their dog or something. Cedric Cooper. Where do you live? Jeez. You live all the way over here? Good God, man. Where do you work? And you work over there. Man, you... Okay, alright. Where's your car? Where did you park your car? That's probably him, like, over here. Let's put some parked cars right there. Some decent parking, I say, I have in the city because of the roads that I use. How are we doing on traffic? Okay. It's fine. I mean, as the population grows, it'll get a little bit more challenging. But, I mean, it's all moving. There's not really a big backlog. This is the busiest area, which is totally fine. So the oil section is right down here. Hmm. I'm gonna get over to it momentarily. I mean, there's just big industrial demand now. Huge, huge. So let's pause. Show me the... I'm just doing this right now so I can get an idea when I'm putting in the roads. I'm going to update that later. And that's oil. And if I want to do some measurements... Oh. I mean, that's correct. It's supposed to be 52 over here. It's a ways down. This is pretty... I wonder... I mean, I'll have to take a little bit of time, but... I've got to look to see where the highway is going to go that's going to go east and west down here. I don't... It may cut across, like, right here, actually. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to buy some more land, and I need to plan out where the next highway is going to be before I start building this area out. I need to do that. Let's hit play, because we're close to 70,000. And I don't know if the amount of dead people is decreasing or increasing. We're making good money, though. And this area has grown up quite nicely. Yay! Last monument, or last milestone. Great. And there's the international airport. Excellent. Yeah, we've... So, everything should be available to us. Maybe everything already was. Yeah, everything was already available. The airport was the only thing left. We won't do the Eden Project. It's too powerful. Hadron Collider, absolutely not. The medical center, absolutely not. The space elevator is pretty cool because that's just a tourist thing. So that's wonderful. Fusion power plant, absolutely not. What? Absolutely not on the fusion power plant. What is the Doomsday Vault? Oh, interesting. Okay. Nope. Too powerful. Yeah, and this is this one you definitely can do because this is just a tourist area. Increases the attractiveness of all unique buildings by 25%? Maybe not. That's a bit powerful. All right, sweet. So, if we pause here, I do want to show one thing. Normally, it will open up one more square. Normally, it'll open up one more square. However, you can see that there's a lot more squares available, and that's because I am using a mod that opens up many more so that I can build a bigger city. So with a regular city, I think you can only do a certain amount of tiles, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could be wrong. I apologize if this is incorrect, but I think the default regular version of the game allows you to have 9 tiles max. There's obviously a lot more tiles, and so one of the mods allows you to buy more and have more. And I'll tell you which one that I use because I think it is the best one out of them. It's called All 25 Areas Purchasable. Just double checking. Shoot. Sorry, I think that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, all 25 areas purchasable by Tom Dodio. I think that's the best one. I really like it. And one of the reasons why I like it is it still keeps the challenge of the game, where the milestones for buying pieces of land doesn't change for the first milestones until you accomplish the 70,000 population one. I think that's wonderful. I like that one a lot. There's another one by Kealu, which is called Purchase It. Um, but I, which is a nice one, but I don't like it as much because I believe you can, yeah, you can buy any of the tiles at any time and they don't have to be connected. So I think I don't like that one because I think it's too much of a departure from the game. I like the fact that you still have to go through your milestones, buy adjacent tiles, and then at the end uh, you can get all of them. So I think that's much more rewarding. So I do want to buy some of them, and I think that'll be good. There was this area that I've been waiting for a while, so I can expand this winter center. So we're going to do that right now. And you can see the prices have exploded because the city is worth so much more. When the city is smaller, they're much cheaper. But, I mean, we got almost unlimited money now. I'm playing unlimited money, but the city is so profitable, there's so much money in the bank, we don't have to worry about it. So, see how it opened up more? Because you can only buy adjacent tiles. And we'll do this. Great, and see how it opened up this adjacent one? We'll do this because I think this may be where I put in the cargo train harbor. Cargo harbor, I believe I want to put over here. And I want to buy this one because, like I said, we have a north-south highway going right here, and it's going to keep on coming down and then break off to the southeast. And then I want another one going northwest right over here. I'm sorry, north-south over here. And so I want to buy this land so I can place that. Here you go. Yeah, so we need to buy this. Great, so that will help out right up here because I don't know for sure, but I believe I'm going to be putting an east-west highway right here. So there'll be east-west right here, there's the original east-west right here, and then another one down south. By the way, there is also another mod that allows you to buy these others up here, even farther out to the edges of the city. Those do exist. Those do exist. I was hoping I could buy this island right over here. I was hoping to be able to do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of these. How come I can't do those up there? Do I need to rotate the camera around or something? It's not something like that, is it? So we're looking at the city backwards? No. You can't buy that. But I believe that there's others where you may be able to. And I do want to do that. Look at how much money I'm spending, right? Whew. What, $500,000 or something? Alright, so that's going to be the full outline of the city, and somehow magically we have to fit 200,000 people in there. This looks really cool, this little mountain ridge. That's amazing. You know, right over here is where we should have like, oh, what is it called? Right, there was like the snow ski stuff. But that's outside of the city limits, so we won't really be able to utilize that. There's some mountain area right here, a little bit, the foothills of the mountains, and there's some over here too. But, so this is going to be the outline of the city. And so far, we've hit up these, and we're at 70,000 in the population. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a tight fit that you have to be cautious of. I mean, I think I may be able to get to 100,000 by filling in this top right-hand side, maybe a little bit down below. So if that's 100,000, I've got to fit 100,000 on the rest. I mean, I think it's definitely doable, but it's not like there's going to be a boatload of empty, vast amount of spaces or tracts of land. Great. Let me address this electrical thing right here that I destroyed. My gosh. There. So there should be an industrial section up here. And then what does this mountain area look like? I mean, yeah, I guess. I could do a little bit of stuff right there. It's not as exciting as this mountain range behind it. That looks amazing. But yeah, I can see snowboarders and stuff, so doing something like that over here. And then what about this is inside? Oh, that would be way better, right? So we'll do a little snow thing over here for like snowboarding and stuff, and we can use whatever that, where was it? Cross-country skiing park and the ski lounge. We can do that. And is there there's a nature reserve park. That's not for like skiing and stuff. That's more just camping. A zoo. Yeah, so we can do like something over here for a little bit of a nature park area, and then I'll do an amusement park right over here. But we have to be cautious of the space. All right, so let's come back to this winter center, our first tourist section, because I mentioned I wanted to do some like water restaurants. So I want to go ahead and do that now. So there were these. Floating cafe and fishing island, and that's what they look like that. Okay, and then there was some others too. Oh yeah, these. I don't know what the difference is. So that's a fishing pier, a pier for fishing in the winter. And then what's this one then? Yeah, I mean, I guess they're almost the exact same thing, but I wanted to put some of that stuff right here as part of this initial tourist center because I wanted them to get a little bit of the water. So, and these count as... They count, I think, as these parks and plazas. So it does need a road connection. And then what I can do is I can expand down and have some more commercial right here. How far down can you go? And what about you? Oh, can I just do this? Oh, sweet! That's great! That's perfect. And this one can be a nice little small road. do this. I'm gonna have to tinker with it. I'm gonna just have to tinker with it a little bit. So, but you can have like, some other small shops right next to it. Yeah, I think that's good. And that can be part of that tourist area. I think that's really nice. Play. Okay, yeah. And these should count. Okay. That's good. And they'll get electricity as the stuff kind of hooks up. A little bit of gap. Once the building gets placed right here, that should connect them with the electrical. Okay, well that's good. I mean, that looks really nice. That's really good attention to detail. And so, which one is... this is the fishing island. Okay. And then this is the... oh, you guys got like boats and everything. Oh, you can see them all moving around and stuff. And this is the floating cafe. Got it. Okay, this is a cop. And then I want to extend this down. It's part of the tourist area. There. Should have done that before. Now it has to redraw the businesses. My fault right there. Shoot. Oh well. Now I'm gonna redo this area. I'm gonna keep the stuff that I have. I just don't like the way that it looks. I want to update the roads a little bit. Okay, good. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I keep on thinking like I need to actually have more of these cafes and stuff, more fishing islands, rather than just two. Can you put them like right next to each other? Is that possible? But there won't be a road connection, huh? Yeah. I'll have to tinker with it a little bit. All right, but they're good to go. It's building out, and that'll be nice because the tourist areas, normally I have made them a little bit, you know, a little bit bigger. Like this one, I extended it up past one of the blocks, over up to the highway. This one I did not. Oh, actually, yeah, I did. I made it pretty wide. So it actually covers this block, half of this block on the right side, half of this block on the left side. And then same thing with this tourist area. I made it go up to the highway. So this one was a little bit smaller, so it kind of extends it out. I think that's good. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to do on stream. Because there's obviously work that I'll do off stream, and that I need to do measurements to see where I want to put the east-west highway down here. And where I want to put the northwest highway over here. So I think I'll probably spend like $1 or $2 million building out the highways. And once those are set up, then I know where I can put the remaining sections of the city and the blocks. You know, like once I figure out where that highway goes down here, then I can make sure I get the placement of the oil section right. And then I want to put one of these. I've never built one of these before. No, not that one. This one right here. It's called a cargo hub. It's got a section for a train line and for a cargo shipping container, or shipping cargo ship. So the idea is to put that like right here. And so then what that means is that there's, for the industry for the west side of the city, there will be a connection for importing and exporting. There's already one for the center, which is this train terminal, and then there'll be one for the east side, which is this train terminal. You don't really need a lot. So I think that will be good. I don't have one for ships at all, so I think it'll be good to have that one over here on this left side. And then it'll be nice, obviously, to have a passenger harbor, which is the, sorry, that's this right here. And I don't know where I'll put that. You don't want to put that right here in front of like the oil stuff. That'll look disgusting. But there'd be nothing wrong with putting it right here. There's a big tourist section right here. So they come off the boat, they get on the road or a subway, and they can go right, or they can walk to this winter center. Because there will be a road that I'll use to connect these two. Most likely, guess what? It probably will be this. And they'll probably just go over. And there'll be a highway right down here that it'll connect to. So that's the plan. The only issue is you can see the discoloration of the water right here. Yeah, that's poop water. And that's because of this. The water treatment plants. But what's weird is with the water treatment plants, normally they're fairly... They do a good job of cleaning the water, but it's not doing as great of a job as I'd hoped. And so I did put these things down there. Never mind. These, floating garbage collector lessens water pollution. A floating building must be placed on water. I did that. That's these things right here. But I don't know, there still seems to be that discoloration in the water, which is bothersome. When I look at the pollution section, it doesn't show anything there. Oh, D-Live. Thank you so much being featured on the homepage. City Skylines, City Build. Episode 4. So hopefully this has been entertaining and educational, but that provides a little bit of an idea on the setup for the future. And it's based off of the road system, putting the highways in first, where the highway intersections are going to be, and then placing everything else. But that's the plan. And then where's the... Yeah. The international airport will be... well, this is where the mountains are. So you want the planes to crash in a mountain. Maybe the international airport can be like right up here. And it has a metro spot connected there. Oh wow, there's a boatload of people watching on D-Live. Hi everybody, welcome. How are you? So I think the airport, it'll be good to place it like right around here. And this has actually a metro connection underneath, which is the subway. And that will be kind of a jumping off point to where the subway will start from there and start to connect to the other parts of the city. So I think that'll be those are the next steps. Now that we hit 70,000, it'll really be to build out the highway system. And so that requires a lot of measurements. And the other thing, here's a little bonus tip. When you are doing that, it's good if you can to take a look at the overall layout of the map so you can kind of figure out where you want it. You know, like, it's hard to build it over water. And if you are going to build it over water, how are you going to have the intersections to the regular road infrastructure? So, you know I can't make a highway going right through here. I need to set it down a little bit south so I can have it hit this land area to create one or two intersections. So, so I could put like an intersection right here and an intersection right here. So I want to plan all that out. But I think that's good. So even though there's a boatload of people watching on D-Live, I feel terrible about stopping. And by the way, the death wave is gone. So that's kind of shrunk down. We still have an issue with garbage. And I'm just going to have to suffer with that for a little bit until I kind of put in some of the highways, place where I'm going to put the next industrial section, and that's where I'm going to put the garbage collection. Or, you know, add in one or two more of the garbage collection where that industrial section is. So, of course, the objective for this city build is to build on a snow map. We're doing that. The objective is to get to 200,000 population. We're making great progress. We started the stream at 60,000. We're at 70. And then the last stream ended at 40. So great progress there. And then traffic. The idea is to get to 80% traffic flow with no despawning. So there's no despawning, and the city, well, it just hit 80 for a second, but it's in the upper 70s. Sometimes it hits 80, and that's great. And keep in mind, there's not a single roundabout except for the highway intersections. There's no intersection instructions, which are the priority signs or the junction restrictions, and there are no lane connectors. We're doing it through building a good mixed zoning layout and good road infrastructure. With the way that the blocks are set up, with the way that the roads are set up, the intersections, there's tremendous walkability for the city. And a great example is if I come down right here, look at all these people walking. And then if I move over to the next one, look at all these people walking. And so, and that's everywhere in the city. You can pick like a random square. And if you come down, you can see just people walking. And that's all done by design. That's all done by design. So anyways, hopefully this was entertaining but also educational when it comes to building a city, starting a city, having good traffic flow, good profitability, addressing problems, layout tips, finance tips. If you like the video, please smash that like button. And if you didn't like it, you can hit the dislike button. And if you do want to support me more, please do subscribe or follow. Live streams are on YouTube, Twitch, DLive, and Twitter simultaneously. You can watch on whichever one you want. Previous videos are on YouTube. There is a playlist for this city build and for other cities that I built. And of course, the submitted city playlist, submitted city fix playlist, where I fix other people's cities and the traffic for those cities. So you can check those out. There's also tips on a beginner's guide, a metro or subway guide, and traffic manager guide. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you DLive for putting it on the homepage. I really appreciate it. So hopefully everybody that saw it on DLive, please do come back, or you can watch it on one of the other platforms. Schedule is in the panels below on DLive and Twitch, or the description below on YouTube. All right, thank you everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.